Welcome back to the Primal Professor. We're here today. I thought I'd share what I eat in a day and take it with a grain of salt. What I eat might be different than what you eat, but I just want to show you it can be very satisfying. And some things I do and prioritize. First of all, I don't care what the calories are. If they're, when you eat a lot of fat and a lot of protein, you're very satiated and you do not get as hungry. Um, I'll look at my calories, but there will be some days where I'm at 1,300 and some calories just because I wasn't hungry. There are other days where if I work out, like the days I work out, I might be at 1,700 calories. So it really depends on the day. What I do prioritize is a minimum of 30 grams of protein at each meal if I can get it, or over the course of a whole day. So I definitely want to get more than 90 grams of protein in a day. You could say 1 pound of ideal body weight, and I would have to get like 100 and believe it or not, my ideal body weight is like 150 pounds. I'm not that tall. I'm just dense. How's that? So I would shoot for 150, but if I get over 100, I'm pretty happy. And I shoot for more most of the time, but I am no less than 100, but at least 30 grams of each meal. And that 30 grams triggers the processes in your body to build muscle. Okay. And as we get older, why is that so important to me? Yes, I want to look good. When you lose 90 pounds, if you have more muscle, it doesn't look, I should have a ton of loose skin. I have some, but I don't have a ton. I'm fortunate about that. But what the real reason why I want to grow muscle, and keep my muscle, I should say, and grow it if I can, is that it's the biggest depository for the glucose we bring in. Okay, we don't want more than a teaspoon of glucose in our bloodstream. So imagine you have a big pasta dinner and you eat, there's over 100 grams of carbs in that meal: bread, pasta, dessert. Okay, the body is working so hard to get rid of that. And so if your liver and your muscles are all filled, all the glycogen they can hold, it's going to be stored as fat. And as we age, after the age of 30, we all start to lose muscle, some more than others, depending on what our profession might be, how active we are. And that increases over time. It's called sarcopenia. And it just means that we're losing muscle. And then our muscle can also get fatty. And it's like versus a nice ribeye steak with all that marbled fat. That can happen to our muscles as well. And the more grain-fed a cow is, the more marbling it has. Now, people say that does taste better, and there are good nutrients in it. But if they were grass-fed, there's better nutrients in it. If they were grain-fed, then don't get me wrong, beef is still very nutritious. But the nutrition profile is not as good as grass-fed. But you'll notice one ribeye, grass-fed ribeye next to a grain-fed ribeye, you'll see a lot more fat in the grain-fed ribeye. Sorry, got off track there a little bit. All right, so I use Carb Manager to calculate my macros. I try to do it every day. Sometimes I get busy, but I've been doing it so long, I know where I'm at. And so I prioritize getting good fats. I prioritize getting enough protein. And then I prioritize being happy and eating what I love. And so let's take a look at it. So this is mostly what I do. So it's pretty standard. I have 3 pieces of bacon, 2 eggs with a slice of cheese in half a piece of cheese on each. I use Sargento's provolone, ultra thin, and then a cup of decaffeinated green tea. So let's see what that looks like. So this is Carb Manager, and I've been using it for years. And so what I'll do, I didn't go in and change this, but these values were based on a time when I was a little bit heavier, but I shoot for 20. So for breakfast, because I already, do this all the time, they pre-populate it for me. So I use the Irish butter. Remember, this is really good in vitamin D and vitamin K2, which any calcium that you're eating, that combination, that K2 is telling the calcium to go where it needs to go to your bones. And especially as a postmenopausal woman, that's important, but it's important for everyone. And we don't need it to go in our cardiac vessels, right? Or our kidneys for kidney stones. We want it to go where we need it, and that's in our bones. So about a tablespoon of Irish butter. I'll add that. It's really not hard to do it once you get it set up. 2 eggs, okay, and 3 cut pieces of regular bacon. All right, and that's it. So I can close this. And you can see that was 450. Oh, no, I forgot the cheese. See? And again, I do this every day because it keeps me honest, and that's how I keep my weight off. It doesn't take long once you get this. What did I do here? All right, let's add this. I must have did something wrong here. So I'm talking, I can't talk and do it at the same time. Ultra thin provolone Sargento, and that should come up. There it is. And it's putting in 3 pieces. I only had 1, and I add that, and then I close. All right, so now you can see 493 calories. If you come up here, and then you can click on this part, I have 74% of my calories are coming from fat, and 25 from protein. So I shoot for 30 grams of protein or more at each meal. And that cheese probably, let's see, the cheese gave me that extra 3 grams. Okay, so that put me over 30. All right, so you can see this is another way to look at it. All right. Okay, so let's take a look at lunch now. This is a standard for me. It pops right up. I do the Cabot's 10% milk Greek yogurt. I do about 3/4 of a cup. I'm going to add that. I do a tablespoon of walnuts usually. Okay, I did a half tablespoon of unsweetened coconut, and then I believe I think I had 5 raspberries. Okay, and that was lunch. And if we take a look at that here, it was 307 calories, 23 grams of fat, 15 protein, which is a little low for me. I could have added some protein powder. I don't like to do that, but I'm a little low. I'm hoping I make up for it with dinner. And then, so right for the rest of the day, I'm at 71 grams of fat, 23 protein, 6% carbs. All right, so dinner was chili, homemade chili. I used 80% ground beef. Okay, and I would say, 80 ground beef, that's 80%. 80, let's do 80-20 ground beef. Okay. So I'm going to put it in terms of ounces. Let's see. I would say I had about, I can judge better, I think, with chili if they have cups here. No, they don't. I'm going to have to go by ounces. So I would say I had about 6 ounces of beef. I'm going to add that. And then I use the Tostitos habanero sauce. And I estimate about a third of a cup. I used 2 jars of it for the whole pot of chili, which I made a huge pot of chili because I had company. So I estimated I probably got a third of that. There's no way to really measure it out separately, but I'm going to add that. I had some Hass avocado, a third. I'm going to add that. I had Daisy sour cream, full fat, a tablespoon. And then I had Sargento's Mexican cheese. And I would say 2 grams. I'm over a carb today. Close. And so if we look at dinner, that was 607 calories, 33 grams of protein, 46 grams of fat, and 10 grams of carbs. So for a total of the day, 23 grams of carbs, a little bit over. I got my protein up only to 81, which is a little low for me. And you know what? I don't know. I think I'm going to put cooked protein in because I feel as though I'm going to adjust this. And it's a Vermont country. I just want to get plain. I don't want a brand because it's just plain old beef. Let me just adjust that. Doesn't sound right. So I'm going to remove from food log and I'm going to re-add that. I'm going to say 80% beef, 6 ounces. There we go. And I don't know what, because I know it's more, I've done this more enough. It wasn't enough protein. Oh, 96. Okay. So I definitely got 30 at each one. I like to be shooting for over 100. But this was a 1,420 calorie day. It was 1 gram over. 1 raspberry too many, I guess, or the condiments on the avocado adds up, but it's so healthy, it's worth the calories. So that's what a day of eating looks like for me. It's delicious food. You know, I ate dinner and I didn't feel the need to eat anything else the rest of the day. That gave me a nice long fast overnight. I probably stopped eating around 7:30. I didn't eat breakfast until 9 o'clock, so a 13-hour fast. And that's when your body's satiated. It has all the nutrients it needs. It allows you to not snack at night. And when you do intermittent fasting for 12, 13 hours overnight, and you get good sleep, your body gets to repair and it gets to tap into your body fat. So you're burning fat all night long just to keep your basal metabolic rate going. And if you found this helpful, then put a comment down below and I'll post more of what I eat in a day to give you more ideas of what to do. And also hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss another video with science-backed information. Okay, remember, stay healthy and stay in ketosis. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.